Imagine a world where every game is powered by blockchain technology, where players truly own their in-game items and can trade them freely, where game developers can create amazing new experiences and business models. This world is already here, and it's made possible by Openfort. Let's take a look at how you can get started with Openfort and start building the future of gaming. Openfort is an easy-to-use platform that makes it simple to add blockchain-based features to your games. With Openfort, you can quickly and easily add features like in-game currencies, in-game assets, collectibles, and more. In this video, we'll walk you through the basics of how Openfort works and show you how to get started building your first game on the platform. At the core of Openfort is a set of APIs and SDKs that allow you to easily interact with the blockchain. With these tools, you can create and manage wallets, transfer assets, and more. And the best part is that you don't need to be a blockchain expert to use these tools. All you need is some basic programming knowledge and a desire to build something amazing. One of the key advantages of Openfort is that it's designed to be chain agnostic. That means you can choose the blockchain that's right for your game, while also being able to expand to new chains as you grow. We support any EVM chain of your choice. If you want to get started with Openfort, the best place to begin is with the Quick Start Guide on the Openfort's website. This guide will walk you through the process step by step with an easy-to-follow instructions and helpful examples. Plus, you'll find a lot of additional resources like videos and code samples to help you get up and running quickly. To get started, you can think about the key concept of Openfort, like players, assets, transaction intents, and gas policies. These concepts are important to understand because they provide the foundation for how developers can build applications on top of Openfort's platform. In Openfort, players represent the users and entities that interact with the platform. Players can have multiple crypto accounts that can be used to manage assets, sign transactions, and more. An account is identified by a unique address, which is generated when a transaction is issued and are counterfactual. Next, assets are digital representations of your game items. These could be currencies or in-game assets. At Openfort, it is possible to interact with custom smart contracts, and our APIs support external collections, so you can import any assets you've already created. Players' interaction on-chain are represented by transaction intents, an important concept to understand when building applications with Openfort. Intents are essentially actions that a user wants to perform with their account and assets. For example, a user might want to send money to another user, or a user might want to transfer an item to another user. Each transaction intent is registered under a player's ID and is the form of an account, the asset, and the gas policy it interacts with. Lastly, let's talk about gas fees and how Openfort helps you remove them. At Openfort, we support both paying gas fees on behalf of the users, but also being able to pay gas fees with ERC20, like stablecoins or your own in-game token. This is extremely useful from a UX perspective because you can define a policy that lowers your cost of acquisition with a free minting, but then you can make the users pay for their own gas if they try to sell an in-game asset. Lastly, don't forget that you can add the rest of your team in the settings tab to have a unified view of your project. Note that all this setup can be done freely with the test mode. If you're looking to enable mainnet, send us a message and we'll make sure that everything is ready for your game to go live. You can find all this information and more in our guides and API documentation. Openfort enables developers to focus on what they do best, creating innovative and engaging games. We're building a platform with zero vendor lock-in and the capacity to build a game that is not tied to a vendor's ecosystem but your own aspirations. We can't wait to help you build your next adventure. So let's go play.